Hello everybody, in the Ultimate Red Airborne guide. So today we will be taking a look at my favorite deck in the game, which is Red Airborne, and it's a funny deck. People will hate you for playing it, probably. It's the best in ranked and to team games like up to 4v4s. Later it probably won't work because of the AA density, but you should probably already know that this is mostly a ranked channel. So let's jump straight into it. The deck is very competitive, and I have on the next days I will have the videos to prove that. This will be like a little mini series to teach you how to play this deck in ranked. Okay, so first thing we pick the Gypsy V, just because it's very fast. It's you get a lot of them, right? Just a basic Gypsy V. Command to oddolenie in K2090B. Why not in MTV? Because we will already get enough MI17s, and K29 has 10 HP, which sometimes helps when your CV, you know, gets, for example, gun run by a Peace Rain, and Peace Rain has 4 HE missiles, so if 2 of them hit, they may not kill the K29, and they will always kill the MTV. And also K29, as you can see, is just a very nice helicopter. It's got armor, it's got a lot of rocket spots, it's got a pretty good gun, so just a very good helo overall. Next card we need is FOB, of course. FOB is meta. You just need these supplies to resupply your helos because they're very supply intensive, they eat a lot of supplies. Next card we need is a supply track. Remember a rule, never take supply helos, they're really bad, even in an airborne deck. Take supply tracks. The Polish one is actually the worst of supply tracks because, well, the game is bugged and it's like drives slower than other supply tracks. So let's just pick the Russian one, the Ural. Infantry tab. Okay. So which one of the infantry tab? So which one of the infantry tab countries is the most important? Of course, USSR, because USSR is the only nation that gets like good units in ground transports, right? And as you can see, these ground transports, that's amazing. BTRDs, Screjets, BMDs. Well, that's very necessary because you need ground to play an airborne deck, because you don't helo rush with this deck, or you just don't buy all of your units in helos, because that's the boring way to play this deck, and against better opponent it just simply won't work. So the way you do it is you need your ground base, and this is your ground base. VDV-90, excellent shock infantry, probably the best launcher in the game. I often say that it's even comparable to the Eric's because it's more accurate. It has a little bit less, you know, AP power, a bit less range, but it's, you know, fire and forget, because you just shoot it and it shoots, and the Eric's missile still has to fly. So I honestly would prefer Vampire over the Eric's. So 2 cards of them on Elite. This is the backbone of this deck. Next card I really like to take is VDV-90 in BMD2, because you get the BMD line as well. BMD1 is garbage, BMD1P is also garbage, and BMD2 is not that bad. It's not an amazing unit, but you know, it's airborne. You don't really get amazing ground units. So we pick them on Elite. Conquerors and Elite can do wonders, and the autocannon is pretty good. The armor is kinda shit, but what can you do? And still VDV-90 inside. Next card is our spam infantry card, because you need something for forest, or something to run across open fields sometimes, or just cheap shocks in general. So these are the base VDV in BTRD on Elite. AK, RPK, so not bad infantry weapons, and their launcher doesn't have huge AP, but it has pretty good range and accuracy for, you know, 20-point shocks. So they are not bad. Okay. Next card we need is also one of the backbone deck of the cards, because it's the MI17 and Lekka Pechota inside. These guys do amazing combo, because Lekka can, like, when you station them somewhere, Lekka can shoot anything that's coming in front of them, right? So AA, for example, and Mi-17 just stays behind and shoots at really close approaching, what's approaching Lekka really on close range. On Elite, very nice 20-point light infantry, so they're faster shock squad. Very, very good, and this is amazing. The range is amazing, right? And because they're elite, they're very accurate. Okay, next card is something for AA, because as you will see, we don't have a huge support tab. So we pick Igla in Skrejet on Abvet. I don't think I need to explain that combination. It's just Igla in Skrejet. Actually, maybe downvet it, because you know you need some AA. Missile and gun for 30 points, very cheap, very nice. And next we need some ATGMs. So because you only get 2 ATGM in ground transports, we'll pick this. So you get Factoria in BTRD, just for cheap ATGM, and for something more powerful with longer range, Concourse M in BTRD. So this is how your infantry tab should look like. This is the ground forces. This is the Mi-17 forces, you know, so the Hilo Airborne Infantry. This is AA, and these are ATGMs. This is just very, very nice all-rounded tab. Because you get so many mech infantry, Red Airborne kind of plays like mech, but you trade like all the tank attributes for and spam attributes for planes and helos. Support tab. Okay, so there are 2 units worth taking in support tab. This is HQ7 and a mortar. And for mortars you have this and this. So Nona is better at sniping AA, but worse at smoking. And I don't snipe AA with RT because enemy will move it anyway, and I'm not very good at using artillery. I often forget about it. So just pick the Teleyakar 71 for a mortar. Unless you are like good USSR players, know how to use the Nona, that's kind of stuff. Tank. Wow, what an amazing selection of tanks. Of course, only one tank here is worth it, the Charioteer. Very, very nice tank. 3HG, 8 RPM, very nice armor, very nice range for the price, very nice accuracy. Just pick it on Abvet. Recon. Okay, so there are 2 must-have cards and 1 flex card. Must-have cards are this, for a Recon Hilo. Big, fast, exceptional optics. It's a Hind, 80 rockets, Yak B. Very survivable, it has armor, very, very nice unit. Cheaper, I don't recommend you take cheaper Recon Hilos, this, trust me on that. This is your pick. Okay, next card is pam 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 pam. Where are you, my friend? Here. Liran in the Recon Transport, just because it's the best Recon shock infantry you get. And last card, for me, it's the Specjalne Jednotki 90 in Mi-25 on Elite, just for having the cheap Hind and for going behind the enemy lines. But you can also pick like Rozvedka in MTV, some maybe some PT76B for that 10 AP. I don't know, do whatever you want. I pick this. Vehicles. Okay, so only 1 card worth taking. Zip to you. This is purely for base defense. You just use it because you know you need base defense, because people will try to cheese you, and it's a very nice way to get like cheap, good base defense. Next card, next tab, Hilo tab. Okay, so there are like 3 Hilos you want. So you want a Hind, and the best Hind in the game is Mi-24 VP. Okay, so you get that. Next you want AA Hilo. The only good AA Hilo you get is the Sokol. So we get that. And now you might think what to take. Maybe the Gamma, maybe the H230. No. Next you take the Hot Hilo. Why? Because it's cheap. It has good AP, 22 AP. It has pretty good accuracy. Also it's upweighted. And because it's fast and very small, it's very hard to kill because it gets like 20% ECM. Because it's very small. So it's harder to hit. Okay, Air. Now probably the most important tab of the deck. So first off, you need air dominance. So what do you pick for air dominance? you pick the Polish MiG. It's cheap for a SF, of course. 40% ECM, exceptional air detection, pretty fast, very good missiles, and it's on elite, very cost efficient. Next SF is MiG-25 PD. 40% accuracy only, yeah, but you get 4 8HE missiles, and all of these missiles can stun a plane when they hit, and they, because it's on elite, it one-shots planes very often. It's just very, very strong, and it has very good stats for only 100 points. Okay, next card is probably the best plane in the game, so Su-27M on elite. Do I really have to explain that? One of the best fire and forget missiles, one of the best rockets, just amazing plane. I don't think I need to explain that. And it's on elite, so it can do as extra SF, and it can do as tank remover. Okay. No, so next card now is the Su-25T. It has 16 missiles. You just hover it around, shoot at target. It's very nice. But you may ask, wow, for 200 points, only 10 HP and 20% ECM. Yeah, but it has 2 armor and front armor and back armor, which means that this plane isn't 10 HP. It's 25 HP, as long as the missile hits, you know, front and back armor. So again, very, very, very strong. Yugoslavia now, OP nation, and here we want the Orao. And the Orao is like a peace train. It's a worse peace train, but you know, it's pretty nice. The rocket pods are pretty nice to finish some infantry array of. Very nice tab, very nice plane, honestly. Okay, now for the last 4 tabs, we need, of course, bombers. So the first bomber we'll pick is the Hawk. Very nice, cheap bomber. And also, as you'll see, all of these planes are relatively cheap, because Radar, you know, deals on plane fights with plane spam and with a lot of cheap planes. So Hawk is probably one of the best bombers in the game because it's cheap, fast, it has 10% ECM, very good loadout for only 60 points, and it's surprisingly survivable. Another plane is not survivable, but that's not his job. The Dolphin for 30 points. Well, it's a shitty plane, but it's only 30 points, and you get 2 bombers. And these bombs are actually like laser guided, because when they hit, they teleport to enemy unit. They have 30% chances, as you can see, to teleport to enemy units. So that's just stupid. And yeah, you get 5 of them. They're very cheap, very spammable, good plane. Now, the best rocket plane in the game, MiG-21MF. So this is purely for sniping AA. 11 HE, very nice accuracy, 20 ECM, 100 speed, very, very nice plane. You might also, if you don't like the Polish plane, you might also consider taking this plane, but trust me, the Polish plane is just simply better. And last plane an airborne deck needs is obviously seed. This is the best seed you get. You can also take the Polish seed, but this one. But I don't recommend you do this because the German just has more range. So yeah, that's how the deck should look like. And it's a very good deck. Remember, play it like a mech deck, but instead of tanks you use helos, planes, and airborne infantry. So thank you all for watching, and in a few days there should be some gameplay guides how to play this deck properly. And don't helo rush, kids. Thank you for watching.